And what is up, everybody? Metal Gamer coming at you here with a different kind of video today. Today, we're going to be doing an unboxing of a couple different products that I've got. So here, what I have is the Scythe Shuriken 2 CPU cooler. It is a small form factor cooler. Comes with a 92mm fan. An AM4 mounting bracket. Let's get into it and we'll talk about that stuff. So I am certainly no expert on this, but this should be very, very, very easy to install. Ooh. This is my first ever aftermarket CPU cooler. Going to be using it on my Ryzen 5 2600X. It's a 6-core, 12-threaded processor with a base clock of 3.6 gigahertz and a boost clock of 4.2 gigahertz. I'm sure it can go higher with good cooling. And so the cooler that I have been using is fine, and I honestly don't know how much of a difference this is going to make in terms of temperatures, but all the reviews that I watched for this, basically everybody was using a 3700X or a 3900X. So my guess is if this little guy here can cool a 3900X at load, this guy will be able to handle gaming no problem. So there's that. Let's set this off to the side. Really excited to be doing this. Haven't opened up my computer and done anything in there in a while. Now we're going to open up what I'm going to assume is the box for our mounting bracket and some thermal paste. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, I'm going to have to rip this one open. It's like stuck. Alright, here we go. So we got all our different, our mounting bracket and our different tools and whatnot. So go ahead and check out the manual and I'll be back. Alright, so we've got all of our pieces and all of our tools. Not going to be installing this on video because, again, kind of an idiot when it comes to this stuff. I'm still definitely learning, and I'm not going to embarrass myself on camera like that. But I definitely will talk about what happens afterwards. So there's the Scythe Shuriken 2 CPU cooler. And then what we also have here, and this is very budget. I got this off of Amazon for I think about $43. So should be pretty nice. Definitely budget, but there's nothing wrong with that. As long as your computer or your CPU isn't hitting like 90 degrees, you should be fine. But then what we also have here, we have Arpevia ST6P2 RGB Spectra 120mm silent dual ring addressable RGB color changing LED fan with remote control. Alright. So let's go ahead and take a look in here. Sorry about that. Cool. So we have here two addressable RGB strips. have our, well, there's 6 of them in here, but we have some fans. Got all of our screws for the fans. I'm going to be putting all 6 of these fans in my case. I have a Corsair Carbide 175R. There's going to be 3 intake fans in the front, 2 intake fans on the top, and 1 exhaust in the back. The only reason I'm going with so many intake fans is because the front panel of the Corsair Carbide 175R does not provide for great airflow. So having the 2 extra ones up at the top will help tremendously. Let's keep going. More fanny boys. And there we go. There's our fans. And then we have, in this little bag here, we have our RGB controller. Comes with nice 3M tape or some sort of double-sided tape. Nice little remote control. Nice little remote control to control our RGB fans. Hey, get out of there. I'm sorry, there's my cat. He's being a dick. And then just a little instruction manual. Now, something I want to talk about really quick is the difference between RGB and addressable RGB. So essentially, normally a RGB fan will have an ARGB fan will have a 5-volt 3-pin header type thing that will go into your 3-pin header on the motherboard. But this is not running from the motherboard at all. This is powered by Molex. This goes directly into your power supply, and instead of having to, route all those cables through your PC, or well, you're still going to have to, but instead of having to daisy chain all of those cables, we'll be able to just stick them right on in. So yeah, going to go ahead and get started. I will be back. Hey, what's up, guys? I do genuinely apologize for mediocre phone footage, but I can't use my webcam if I don't have a PC to use right now. So we've got everything taken apart. We got the front fans in, looking real sharp. Now we're doing the CPU cooler. I still got to get this little bit of thermal paste off, but that shouldn't be a problem. And then we just got 3 more fans to install. And I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. Hopefully it looks as good as I'm imagining it will. Yeah, so where the fuck did I put it? Oh my god. Here is the new cooler. We're getting ready to put this on. So we're going to have to install. Here's all my pieces. Whenever you're building a computer or really doing anything with any sort of tools, where you're going to have any little parts or screws, have a bowl. Have a bowl to, store your stuff in. Because last thing you want is your shit going flying around everywhere, losing it, or having your fucking cat try and play with it like mine's been. So yeah, I'm going to install these brackets and get this cooler on. So it's been a couple of days since I recorded the first part of the video, and we've got everything all put back together. But it definitely did not take me all that time to put my computer back together, but I wanted to do some proper testing to see if the new CPU cooler and fans did their jobs. And I have to say that they definitely have. I don't have any charts or anything to show you, simply because I'm not an expert and I don't have enough knowledge to tell you whether or not you should or shouldn't buy these products. I'm simply going to give you my opinions and what I, as the PC user, have noticed simply through using tools such as MSI Afterburner or Hardware Monitor. Now, I only tested out 2 games to really push my computer, because the 2 games that I have that are the most demanding, I would say, are Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, for Odyssey, I only ran the in-game benchmark because I have done that in the past previously just to test out my hardware, see what kind of FPS I got. And using the stock Ryzen cooler, which is what the 2600X comes with, I noticed that it would get up to about 85, 86 degrees, somewhere around there. And while that's hot, that's still not dangerous. Little tip, and as far as I know, most modern CPUs, you're really not going to be able to overheat, because most of the time it will shut itself down. I believe that's a thermal throttle limit. So while using the Scythe Shuriken 2, and I ran the benchmark 2 different times, and one in 1080p and one in 1440p, and in both instances it never got over 80 degrees, which still isn't ideal, but it's still fine. I wasn't expecting it to keep it down to 60s or anything like that. It is a small form factor air cooler. If you want real cooling performance where you can truly overclock your processor, you need to go with something a little more heavy duty, like a liquid AIO or some sort of liquid cooler. But for my use case, this Scythe Shuriken 2 definitely does the job. And for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, after a couple hour-long session of Call of Duty, my computer would be pretty hot, including my graphics card, even with the fans running at full blast, the GPU fans running at full blast. But after a couple hours with this new cooler and these new fans, nothing ever got over 80 degrees. That's, a couple hours of high FPS, games. Lots of continuous action, not much stopping in between. And, again, it's not, you don't want to put this on your 10900K and overclock it to over 5 gigahertz. That's not going to work. You're not going to kill your computer, but it's not going to do that. That's not what this cooler is designed for, or at least I don't think it is. But as far as the fans go, the actual case fans, there is no control over the fan speed. So I don't know I haven't noticed if they kick up or kick down depending on what you're doing, to be honest with you. But they have kept everything cool, and honestly, it looks great. They look really nice. The controller, I'll show you this a little more in detail now. The controller here, it has all these different, I believe there's 11 different solid colors that you can choose from. And then you can do the automatic function, which is just a basic rainbow puke kind of thing. But then when you scroll through the functions with these 2 buttons here, there's different designs and patterns for every color. There's tons of combinations of colors. And again, they're budget fans. You're not going to use these fans to cool your 5900X, 3090, rig. But for this 2600X and a RTX 2070, these are doing the job just fine. I mean, again, I don't have any charts or, any evidence to show you, but everything from my experience and just watching from, again, MSI Afterburner and hardware monitor, I really can't say anything bad about them. The fans look great. They're not really loud. I only had 4 fans in my PC previously, including the stock Corsair fan, and those fuckers would get loud. But this, not really. I mean, the CPU cooler can get a little bit loud because, again, with a game like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you are really like pushing it. But it's, again, I didn't see it go above 80 degrees. So, there's really not much more you could ask for. But that's about it, guys. If you watched, thanks for watching. And definitely, if, again, you're a gamer and make some small, nothing crazy YouTube videos or content creation, anything like that, these fans, sorry, I was looking at it. These fans are for you, and so is the cooler. If, again, we're not overclocking it. We're not, running 1,000 different things at a time. We're gaming and doing a bit of basic video editing. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and get notified when I upload. Also, I have a Twitch channel. Follow that, and a Facebook page. Give that a like. Those will be linked down in the description. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great night.